In this recording, we're going to look at the ability with the Fuse Screen Designer application to import and export a screen. So this can be helpful if you've designed a screen in one tenant and you want to easily transport that same screen over to another tenant. They don't necessarily have to be in the same enterprise or anything like that. Obviously, there would be some prerequisites, in terms of like the schema and any flows that are referenced, by that screen as well. So typically you're better off creating a package if you're moving an entire application. But for example, maybe you've done something in build and there's been no change to the schema or the flows or the web flows, and you just want to now import that new screen. Maybe it's a simple material handler screen or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. First thing we're going to do as a sysadmin is navigate to the Screen Designer application. So we can do that a few ways, as you know. Control M, do a search up here for Screen Designer. You may have it on your role-based menu if you're an admin, or you can go through the main system, configuration, and Screen Designer option. So I've already exported a screen, but we're going to go ahead and export just so you can see how that works. We're going to select an existing screen. Doesn't matter what screen, go ahead and open this. I can now go to File, Export. This one here happens to be a system generated screen. So this is not a Screen Designer screen, right? So that's why we have this JSON object in front of us here. I'm going to open another tab so that you can see a Screen Design screen being exported. So we're going to go to another tenant real quick, and we'll go to File, Open again. Let's pick a quality control panel, right? So we built a quality control panel for our quality department to utilize on the production floor. We did that in our build environment. Now we want to copy that screen over to our QA or production, for example. So let's open that screen up. Here's our screen that we designed. Very nice, very beautiful. We're going to go File, Export. You can see it just generated a JSON file for me called quality control panel.2.json. Great. So now I have that. Right? So I exported that from my MES tenant or site. Let's flip back to my other tab where I'm still in my Fuse overflow site. Right? I'm going to refresh this so that we start over again in the Screen Designer panel. So let's go File, New. I'm going to pick a blank template. Go OK. So now I have a blank screen template. So the first step you have to do when you want to import a screen to the Screen Designer is File, New, Blank Template. You'll have a blank canvas just like this. Now I can go File, Import, and you'll see that I have this option to either drop a file here or click to browse. I'm just going to drop a file, and I'm going to drop this tab bar test screen file right here. Right? So it tells me which file I've just dropped. I'm going to go ahead and import that. Sure. So now I just imported the entire screen design. Everything about it from the export got copied in. You can see all of our definition is there, all of our general information is there. If we look here, all of the configuration that was set is there for us, ready to go. Now I can save the screen, and I will give this a name. Mark it active. Quick description, hit save. Now I know that this screen here is a screen used for testing a new UI component that we've recently released to build. So I know that the schema and everything necessary for the screen to function is already in place. So I can now deploy the screen. We will put this into, oh, let's see which module. So this is kind of up to you depending on which module. We're going to use the learning module because this is for testing. So let's go ahead now. We want it to be menu accessible. Go ahead and save that. So it's been deployed successfully. Great. So now we're going to go ahead and test the screen. So we're going to click this icon right here. That'll pop a new tab open and that'll run the screen that we just imported. So now you can see that we have this screen that's been generated. We can start to play around with this and see all the different, features and functions that have been, implemented here. So that is how you go about exporting and importing a screen into the Fuse Screen Designer.